This video is a deep dive into these so-called coconut oil stress balls. You might have seen them online, and especially on Chinese social media, they've replaced Tabby squishies as the latest viral fidget trend. However, there's one big factor that always bothered me about these, which is that they don't look like coconut oil. So I want to find out exactly what is in here, and the answer is far weirder than I expected. I'm also going to try creating my own stress balls, so stay until the end to see what's behind this DIY mystery. First of all, these squishies went viral because of their satisfying translucency and ability to hold their shape. If you press it down, it stays in this position. The packaging comes with a syringe, which makes me suspect that there's a vacuum inside, which helps the ball stay in shape. However, I've also seen people cut these open, and the material inside is fairly solid. The most common stress ball fillers are water, clay, slime, or sugar syrup. This type of glittery stress ball is typically filled with a very thick maltose or glucose syrup. It's transparent but very sticky, so they make a mess if you cut them open. In contrast, these coconut oil stress balls are very clean and dry. You can peel the cover right off, and the filling doesn't stick to your fingers. It feels very soft and pliable, almost like clay but see-through. I would honestly love to see this material sold as Play-Doh, but the problem is that nobody knows what it is. It doesn't have any smell, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's non-toxic or suitable for skin contact. The problem I have with these stress balls is that by calling them coconut oil, it creates the image of something very safe and appealing. Coconut oil is edible and also used in skincare, so nobody would think twice about playing with it. But in reality, this doesn't look or behave one bit like coconut oil. Coconut oil is white when it's solid and transparent when melted, and these properties cannot be changed. It also smells strongly like coconut, and as mentioned earlier, this material has no smell whatsoever. To be honest, this reminds me a lot of wax. My closest guess would be wax mixed with a tiny bit of coconut oil, so they can use that as a product description, but there's absolutely no chance that this is a pure coconut product. The next step for me is to try replicating this material. I've also seen comments on the videos where people say it could be soap or hair gel, so I'm going to test those out as well. This is a block of crystal wax that I bought for my glass fruit video, and I find it interesting because I've seen people make these stress balls and the filling comes in one big lump wrapped exactly like this. They simply pull off smaller pieces and shove them inside the silicone wrappers. I'm going to start by melting different materials into coconut oil. The first thing is plain paraffin wax. I also thought of trying beeswax, but these two waxes are pretty similar, so I'll stick with just one. Then I'm going to try crystal wax. This has a jelly-like texture and doesn't break apart easily, but it's perfectly transparent, which also reminds me of the stress ball filling. The third one is clear melt and pour soap. This is obviously very solid, but I'm hoping the coconut oil might make it softer. Then I'm adding some labels and food coloring so I can tell them apart. If you're making anything oily, such as candles or chocolate, then you need to use liposoluble food coloring. This means the pigments can blend easily into fat. If you use a water-based one, then the pigment will form tiny balls and it won't mix inside. I accidentally used the wrong food coloring here for soap, so it didn't look that good. The final two things I want to test out are glucose syrup and hair gel. These are both quite liquid to begin with, so I'm only going to mix them with wax in hopes of solidifying the mixture. Here are the final results, and the first thing I notice is that the coconut oil and wax mixture actually has a very similar color to those stress balls. Even though I used the same amount of food coloring for all the cups, these stayed as pastel shades. However, after cooling down a bit, the paraffin wax became a lot more opaque. So for comparison, this is the texture we're looking for. The first cup feels too much like coconut oil. It's not transparent and melts easily when you touch it. The crystal wax doesn't seem to have solidified at all, so I'm going to have to add some more. The soap has separated into a layer of oil on top of a solid layer of soap, and it's safe to say that this doesn't resemble the stress ball filling in any way. The glucose syrup has also separated from the wax, so this is definitely not what we're looking for. The hair gel already smelled pretty bad when it was being heated up, and now it has a really strange grainy texture. So I think we can rule out any type of gel for the stress ball filling. Now I want to fine-tune the wax versions a bit more. I'm adding some more crystal wax to the purple cup and making a new batch that's a mixture of both waxes with coconut oil. Once cooled down, here are the results. The gel wax is more solid, but it feels quite gloopy like slime. The mixture of waxes has turned white and has a slightly crumbly texture. I'm going to fill these into empty stress balls, and I'm using these refills from Dr. Squish. I actually forgot my illustrator, which is the tool used to stretch open stress balls, so I have to improvise with a cup. And these are the final three. The purple one looks most similar to a coconut oil ball, but it's too squishy. The pink one has more resistance, but it doesn't hold its shape. The final one is somewhere between the two, but I still think this isn't comparable to the original stress ball texture. During all this time, I kept thinking why this material seems to feel familiar. Then I suddenly realized that this reminds me of the soft wax you get for your braces. Unlike candle wax, you can mold dental wax into any shape you like just with your fingers. Fortunately, my husband is a dentist and he says he has a bunch of wax in his clinic. These are used for making dental models or covering up bits of the mold during impressions. I found these sheets of blue wax which are soft enough to press apart. This is getting closer to the texture I'm looking for. The wax is a tiny bit hard, but I think I can make it softer with coconut oil. So just like before, I'm going to heat it up with a tiny bit of oil. Just out of curiosity, I decided to heat the stress ball filling as well. Now comes the weird part, because the wax melted as expected, but the stress ball filling didn't change despite being heated for over 10 minutes. If there's any coconut oil or wax in here, then I would expect it to melt at some point. But as you can see, it's completely unchanged. My best guess now is that this is some type of plastic polymer with a high melting point, or it's not supposed to melt at all. However, my DIY version using dental wax and coconut oil turned out surprisingly well. The texture is nearly identical. I'm adding this to the stress ball and closing up the opening with a zip tie. Then I'm removing the air using a syringe. Creating a vacuum helps the squishy hold its shape even better. So if you want to try making these yourself, just use dental wax and a bit of coconut oil. You can also get translucent orthodontic wax online, and I think that would look even nicer. But I feel this still doesn't solve the mystery of what's inside the original stress balls. If you have any ideas or theories, then please leave them down below. I'm very skeptical that there's any significant amount of coconut in here, because that should melt at a far lower temperature. I've seen some videos claiming that this material is called coconut oil base, and it's extracted from the flesh of the coconut. But I literally cannot find anything about this online, and it doesn't explain why a product made from fruits doesn't react to heat, and it also doesn't smell like coconut. Pure coconut oil is also quite expensive, so there's no chance that companies are using that to fill up cheap squishies. I think this is most likely some type of polymer, maybe mixed with a tiny bit of coconut oil, or some sort of industrial byproduct. Or maybe I am wrong and this is actually a brand new material created from coconut that nobody has heard of before. We probably have to wait until a proper company starts selling these, so they have to list the ingredients on the packaging. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm Joanna, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!